What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis playoff edition. We're going to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves beating the Golden State Warriors. I did predict that the Wolves would beat the Warriors, but I didn't think it would go this way, especially without Steph Curry being out still, and he might be out even for the next game, which means they have a chance to put him out of the playoffs. And that would suck, and that'd be unfortunate for all the Warriors fans and all the Steph fans. But now it's just about the Wolves. They have been upsetting guys the first two rounds. People thought the Lakers would beat them. People thought the Warriors had a good chance of beating them. Things went their way. They played the right way. They ended up coming up with good fortune and taking advantage of it. And I think that was something fun to see and fun to watch, watching this playoffs unfold. But other than that, the Wolves, they had, a close game in the first half. They was able to pull away in the second half because of their defense and because the shot making is just not there for the Warriors. And the 3-point shooting also was a big difference in this game, and just the all around ability to play make and create for your teammates or create for yourself. It just happening more better for the Wolves than it is for the Warriors. But the score looks a little closer than it should. But you got to give credit to the bench mob of the Warriors to come in and compete hard in the minutes that they got, and they was able to cut the lead to 7 by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the Wolves won 117 to 110. Other than that, like I said before, the Golden State Warriors won the first quarter 28 to 27, and they also won the second quarter 32 to 31. So the Wolves found themselves in a little bit of trouble. But other than that, they was able to open it up in that third quarter, and that was pretty much game at that point when they won the third quarter 39 to 17. They was able to make some tough ones. They was able to read and react the right way. They was able to pass and find some good guys for some good shots, and they was also able to break down the defense and create their own from time to time. But the Warriors did respond with a 33 to 24th quarter, but the game was so out of reach that it didn't really matter that much, and that's how it can be sometimes. Julius Randle was using his handle to bang, the turn, the shift, and score in the paint and then from the 3-point line. He was 4 of 8 from 3, which was really good to see him making those shots because it's going to be needed if they're going to be able to put out the Warriors. I mean, he had 31, and Anthony Edwards had 30, but Julius Randle also went 11 to 21 from the field, and so did Anthony Edwards. As crazy as that may seem, the difference was Anthony Edwards was 6 of 11 from 3. He took more of his shots from there, but he shot such a great percentage, just like Randle, that the Warriors just couldn't sustain those type of shots because they couldn't make them back or even do enough of a run to be able to make it even worth it, at the end of the day. So it was just tough, finding shots that they like and getting shots to fall. And they blew some easy ones too. So they didn't help themselves there. Anthony Edwards was 2 or 3 from the free throw line. He had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals with 3 turnovers. He did get 5 personal fouls, but it was okay because his teammates held him down. +6 and plus minus had 30, like I said. Julius Randle, on the other hand, was 5 or 6 from the free throw line. He did have 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 4 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He was a +11 and plus minus. He finished with game high 31 points for both teams. And then obviously Jaden McDaniels got in the double figures with 10, but he had a double-double, was the only guy on his team that did that, with 10 points and 13 rebounds, one of them being offensive. He was 4 of 8 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He also had 1 offensive rebound and 2 assists, a steal, and a block, 1 turnover. He also got in foul trouble, but he was a +15 in plus minus, and he played 40 minutes because they needed his defense and his floor spacing and rebounding ability to be able to pull this one out. Rudy Gobert, 30 minutes, he was 2 of 4 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. That really helped, them stay in the game at the times that he was shooting his free throws and trying to score. He only got 6 rebounds, 3 of them was offensive with an assist and a block. He was also had a personal foul. He was a +13 to plus minus. Didn't really get much from him. Like I said, he's not going to be a dominant scoring physical center. That's not his style. He likes to use his length and his touch and his power every once in a while to be able to score. Other than that, he's really slippy handed with butterfingers, and he do struggle to get in great position sometimes for him to be able to finish. That's been one of his biggest problems, but he is still one of the better rim protecting bigs in the league. He showed that last game. He did a little bit of that this game, and that's all you really need him to do is rebound and just protect the rim and protect the nail sometimes too if it's needed, or just make sure somebody can by communicating it. Mike Conley was 2 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from three, 5 of 5 from the free throw line, 11 points, so he got in double figures, 3 rebounds, 2 of them was offensive, 5 assists, 2 personal fouls, and a plus 17 and plus minus. That actually was the highest among the entire team. So that was good to see Conley do that. Like I said, if this man can make threes and make plays and push the tempo here and there, that's all they really need him to do to beat a team like the Warriors, and that's all they needed him to do for this roster and his team in general. And he did a good job of that tonight, and it was just good to see him play well. Nas Reed didn't do much. He had a quiet game compared to what he's been doing in this series and other one. 24 minutes, 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3 point line, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals, and a block. He also did have 5 turnovers. That was trouble from just doing a little bit too much and getting a little out of character sometimes. He did also have 3 personal fouls. He was a minus 11 and plus minus. He had 5. Dante DiVincenzo ended up shooting good from three in the free throw line, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from three, and 2 of 7 from the field. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls. He ended up being a minus 9 and plus minus and had 9 points. I like what he did, turning down some shots to find his teammates, keeping the flow of the offense going, hitting perimeter shots, mainly threes, because that's all he made, and just still being able to get to the free throw line and being able to knock those down is always helpful. And then Nickeil Alexander-Walker just was ready to ball again. 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, perfecto. Again, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul. He was a minus 7 and plus minus, led the entire team with 13, was the only guy to get in double figures off the bench for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And you got to love the fact that he was able to make every single shot that he took from wherever he took it from and did other things along with that. That's what you need from him. He's a big part of what they do. And it's good that he's getting opportunities and minutes and really delivering in them when he does go out there and play. 39 to 79, 49% from the field, 16 to 34, 47% from three, 23 to 26, 88% from the free throw line, 38 rebounds, 22 assists, 9 steals, 5 blocks, 18 turnovers, and 23 personal fouls. And then the Golden State Warriors, they ended up almost playing everybody besides Steph. And since Steph didn't play, they played everybody that was supposed to play because they conceded this game and said, we can't beat this team tonight. They got us fair. And fair play can be like that sometimes. And now we know who's the better team. Now it's just about can the Minnesota Timberwolves close them out and put them out and move on in the series to another one. And Draymond Green, 34 minutes, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 6 from three. He did have 7 rebounds, 1 of those offensive with 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls. He was a minus 18 and plus minus, but he finished with double figures with 14 points. And that was good to see. But like I said, if he's going to shoot the three, sometimes he's going to turn it down. Sometimes he's going to keep the ball moving. Sometimes he's going to try to get to the basket and make things happen. But we know if Draymond ain't the greatest offensive player, and if you can get double figures from him, especially 14 points, you taking that. But it didn't really matter as much as you would like because he didn't really get turnover opportunities or defensive things that led to turnovers that could have gave them easy baskets. And that's the part that sucked about his defense tonight. But it happens as long as you guarding your man and guarding your position. That's just a good way to play defense. It just don't show up in the stats. Trey Jackson Davis started, played 19 minutes with 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds for him. 1 of them was offensive with an assist and 3 personal fouls. He was a minus 18 and plus minus 5 points. Didn't get too much from him. Also, offensively, we know he's not the greatest player. You got to set him up to be able to get him to score, but you just got to use that big body to be able to box out and bang in the paint with Gobert. That's all they can ask him to do because there's nothing else he can really do with this type of team around him, and especially because he mostly needs space to do a lot of damage. But they don't really have that right now with Steph being out. Jimmy Butler played 34 minutes, 5 of 9 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 or 5 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds. 3 of them was offensive with 3 assists and a block, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, minus 30 and plus minus, which was the worst on the team. And he only had 14 points, and it's crazy. You look at it like Jimmy Butler has to be him and Faye Butler or Jimmy Butler with playoff Jimmy. But it didn't work out that way. He was contained. He was not really going off. He wasn't really getting a lot of shots. He was passing up a lot of shots, but he didn't really get his teammates involved crazy amount. It seemed like he just let them do their thing, and then he just tried to fit in and score when he could or make a play when he could. And the defense, him and Draymond and them are known for having great defense and communicating well to make sure their teammates are held accountable for their defense. And it didn't really go the way that they needed it to go, especially in that third quarter. And that was basically finito for possibly their whole playoff run now, because that was impactful that you won the first 2 quarters and you just let it all go away, in that third. And you was doing so many things right. You was competing the right way. And then you just let it go that quickly and that fast. And that's crazy sometimes when you think about it. But it was true. Buddy Hield, 35 minutes. He was 4 of 11 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 of was offensive with an assist and 2 steals, 4 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, minus 11 and plus minus. He ended up getting 13. You probably wanted him to make another 3, and you liked it how he played defensively because he's not really known as a great defender, but I didn't really have a problem with his defense today. 3 or 4 from the free throw line. You gotta go 4 for 4. At this point, you're just trying to find a way to get everything to go right as much as you can when you're getting beat by a better team and you don't really have the offense, because Brandon Podziemski was terrible again. 33 minutes played. They still trusted him. They still wanted them on the court as much as they could have him there. But he was 3 of 14 from the field and 0 of 4 from 3. That just can't happen. But he has been doing that. The only difference is he got in double figures with 11 points because he went 5 or 6 from the free throw line, which helped him out. But other than that, he looks like he's guardable. He looks like they don't have no problem with whoever they throw on him. They don't really have a problem with anything that he's doing. And he's just been a weak spot in there for the Golden State Warriors, just like the bigs that they've been putting in that spot, like Trace Jackson or Quentin Post. But he had 3 rebounds, 1 was offensive with an assist and 4 steals, which was good to see with the steals, and 2 turnovers and 2 personal fouls, but he still finished as a -9. Jonathan Kuminga played 30 minutes off the bench. He was 6 of 13 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3 though, but he made a lot of food and ate it so good tonight, going 11 of 12 from the free throw line. But that was it, because he only had 1 assist and a steal, 2 turnovers and a personal foul, minus 13 and plus minus. He finished with 23 points, which actually was the most by any Golden State Warrior, including the starters tonight. And he actually was the only guy to get in double figures in any statistical category off the bench with those 23 points. And you look at it and you think, well, the thing they needed the most was offense. They needed somebody that can push the ball and score in the half court. And he was able to do that for the most part, but it didn't really help him out the way that they thought it probably would, putting him in the game and seeing what he can do. They gave him a lot of chances. They gave him a lot of opportunities. They did a good job putting the ball in the basket. The problem was it didn't really help much because they ended up getting blown out almost by the end of the game anyway. So, when they made those runs at the end of the game, it wasn't because of Jonathan Kuminga. Kevon Looney, 14 minutes, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, banged in that paint and used his size and his strength a lot. Finished with 8 boards, 3 of them was offensive. That was good to see. 2 personal fouls, plus 3 and plus minus. He ended up having 8 points. Braxton Key played a couple seconds, didn't do anything, but was a -3 and plus minus. Kevin Knox ended up playing 5 minutes, 1 of 1 from the field, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, plus 14 and plus minus for him. He only had 2 points. Santos did his thing, came off the bench, gave him 5 minutes, was coming in to score. He did that. 3 or 4 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 personal foul, plus 14 and plus minus. He ended up getting 7 points. Then Quentin Post had a good game, 2 or 4 from the field, 1 or 2 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive with an assist, He also had one personal foul with a plus 14 and plus minus. He ended up getting 5 points. Gary Payton the second, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from three. 3 rebounds. All of them was offensive. He did have 2 assists and a steal. 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, minus 3 and plus minus. He got 3 points. Moses Moody took some tough shots, and the defense of the Wolves was cool with it. But he did go 1 of 3 from the field after all those attempts was threes. That's how his field goal percentage ended up being that. 1 rebound, 3 assists, and he also had 2 personal fouls, plus 11 and plus minus for him, 3 points. And then Pat Spencer played 5 minutes. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. That's how he scored his 2 points. That was it for his night, but he finished as a plus 14 and plus minus. Other than that, 37 to 85, 43% from the field, 8 of 27, 29% from three, 28 of 33, 84% from the free throw line, 14 offensive rebounds, 38 total. They tied that with Minnesota. They also had 18 assists. They lost that battle. They had 10 steals. They won that one, but lost the block one because they had 1 total out of all the players that played for them, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But 15 turnovers, they won that battle, having less than the Timberwolves. But they also did commit more personal fouls with 25, even though they shot more free throws than the Wolves did tonight. And they did shoot a good percentage, like I said before. But the Timberwolves, they happy. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the way you should finish it. It wasn't the way you should do it from time to time in this game. But I'm cool with just getting the win and just focusing on the next game and trying to go for that killer instinct to be able to put them out and beat them the way that we need to, or however we get it done, so that way we can get ready for the next round and possibly go to the NBA finals. I know a lot of people looking at it like, man, that's crazy. Towns has a chance to go to the finals, and Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo and those guys can too. So it looks like a win-win trade. Both teams got what they needed, got what they wanted for whatever the reason was, and both of the teams are having similar success. But this is only year one. We have to see how this trade continues to play out, how it continues to evolve around these teams, and how things, can change drastically for either team. But it is cool to see the talent trade work for both teams in the first year. We're just going to see how it goes in the future. Other than that, the Timberwolves, they was the better team. They looked good, and they actually pulled it out. Now we just got to see how they can take care of their business in the next one. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. If you use this channel, I do conversation videos just like this and various NBA-only topics. Also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, also future stars. Also do mock drafts and draft coverage. So if you love that type of stuff, this is the channel for you. Plus, I make every single day videos every single day that I'm living, so that gives you something to watch and look forward to. And you should be happy because of that, because you love NBA basketball and you love the conversation that goes around it. This is a fun channel for you to be a part of. And that analysis style is so different and unique than everybody else. So it gives you something that's different, and that different can fill them voids that you might have in your life, especially when it comes to entertainment. Other than that, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is. Let's continue to try to make 2025 a better year than 2015. Let's try to one up ourselves and challenge ourselves to continue to do better and to be able to get the greatness out of ourselves before we 6 feet under in that casket. All I can hope for y'all is to do the same and have the same type of results that I'm having, and just have a little fun with it. Hope you guys enjoyed y'all weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed y'all day. Hopefully you guys stay blessed up. Other than that, social media is on my channel. You want to see some other things I like to do besides email the content on this channel. Email is on my channel. You want to contact me for any reason, you can do it on there too. Other than that, I'm gone for now. See you guys later today with more analysis. Peace out, and we're going to have a mock draft coming up not that far from now, since the lottery is done yesterday. And other than that, got so much more content for you guys to be ready to watch, and it's going to be different. I'm going to switch it up throughout the year like I've been doing for so many years on this channel. That's the 50-50 why this channel is still around, because I continue to give y'all good things to watch and see. Plus, you guys want to watch and see it. Just that easy, just that simple. That's what worked for this channel. And 2015 was a good year to figure out what y'all wanted to see, because y'all still around to this day and enjoying the content too. Other than that, I'm gone for now. See y'all later. Peace.